What's going on, guys? This is Big Worm 380, and we're back in Ark Survival. Today we're on the PC, and it's not really going to be a normal episode. This episode is going to be talking about the new PC update that came out a few days ago. I know I'm behind. This is basically going to be the first part of the episode, and I'm actually going to record the second part in a little while when the update comes out, because today's Tuesday the 4th. And but I was going to talk about it. I'm sure you guys, if y'all paid any attention to the PC update, because I do Xbox as well, everybody's heard about the update. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. It's got new sounds. It's got 4 new dinos, new hairstyle, 20 new Explorer notes. It's got all kinds of different good stuff, but it also came with the Flyer Nerf. Let me put this part up on the screen for you. The list reads, they've been, for a long time, they've been wanting to bring the Flyers in line with everything else, nerf-wise, to balance the game. Stamina across the board's 50% decrease to base stamina, not including the moth, and per level stamina increase amount. So they cut in half the base level stamina of anything that you tame, or I guess anything that's bred. And you're only in it. The way that reads, I'm reading that to mean that you're only going to get half the points. You're going to get 50% of the points every time you level up stamina as well. Increased stamina recovery time. That means it's going to take longer to restam. So you have less stamina and it takes longer to restam. You can't. It says don't allow recovery stamina in the air if creatures being ridden or if a player is standing on it. That means one of the main features of the Quetzal. Here, I'll show you it right now. This is post-update, obviously. This thing is still losing stamina right now. Melee damage wasn't touched. The health, I don't think, was messed with. But the Quetzal health was. Because you can see on that... Or no, I don't think its base health or anything was messed up. But it's decreased Quetz per level HP. So let's see how much we get. We've got 1224. And for some reason it's doing this thing where it doesn't show it go up when you're looking into it. You gotta... Yeah, so I got like 26 points. I don't know what it was before. I wish I'd have tested that. I'll have to test it on the Xbox and see what it is, and maybe that'll help me, because I don't mess with any of those settings. But see, these are settings that you'll be able to mess with after the fact. If you're in a private server. If you're on a official server, you're just at the mercy of the developers. Now, we have this list of stuff. Nobody's really happy with it. The same night I found this list, I also found this list here by this guy, the right hand. And if you read this, basically what it's saying is, these numbers aren't set in stone. They're going to be tweaking the settings over the next few days. And the reason they did it the way they did it, the extreme nerf, was to go ahead and get it down low, super low, knowing I think they did it from a PR standpoint to go ahead and get everybody super pissed off one time, and then they can start buffing it back up a little bit and kind of ease the pain and get people on board a little easier, rather than nerf it, continually over the course of a week and keep pissing people off more and more. So, I guess from that standpoint, it made sense. It seems like they were wanting to balance this to make... for one thing, PvP a little more balanced, I guess. And a lot of people that are pro-nerf, are saying, well, this makes land dinos relevant again. Well, as it stands right now, I don't see the point in making land dinos irrelevant by making flyers irrelevant, because that's basically what this nerf did. But the good news is, tonight, Tuesday, the 4th of April, they're supposed to be rolling out version 2 of this nerf, and it's going to buff a little bit of the stats and different things like. So anyway, we'll be back in just a little bit, and it'll actually be later tonight, or after the update tonight, whenever that comes out, hopefully on time, and we will compare and see how much better they made it for us. And looking at that number chart that they put online last night, I don't think it's going to be that big of an improvement, but we'll see. So we'll be back in just a little bit then. Alright guys, we are back. The update finally came out. It ended up coming out, what is today? Today is Wednesday morning, early in the morning. It came out late last night. Man, it was around, I think 2 or something like that here. I live in Texas. So, the update's out. I had to wait for the server that I'm playing on PC to update. It took a while. So, here we are. And took a look. I got my RG and my Pteranodon out here to look at the stats and see the change in what we got. Okay, so I already looked at them, but check this out, okay? First of all, the Argent's health went way up. It was 1406, and apparently they added some health, which that's a good thing. The stamina went way up. The stamina was at 499. It's at 2537 now. Now, of course, this is based off of the points that I had already put into stamina. Okay, so that's not obviously what you're going to get on a wild tame. It's going to be lower than it was before, but you can still get up high enough to get around safely. Oxygen, food, weight, I believe, stayed the same. No, weight went up. Weight went up a little bit. It's 577 now. It was 486. So that's pretty damn good. Melee damage, that even went up about 4 points. So, of course, movement speed is locked. But yeah, stamina on this is good. I mean, I can get behind this. If you know. Now we move over to the Pteranodon. And also the Argent, it seems like it's flying faster, even though it's like they sped up the base movement speed, even though it's still at 100%. I don't know. This just seems like it's moving a little faster. Of course, obviously, it'd be better to be able to upgrade it even faster, but I mean, this isn't as slow as it was the other day. I know it's not. Okay, so then we go over to our Pteranodon, though, and okay, his health went down from 1406 to 1338. His stamina went down even. It was 499, and it went down to 455. So that's, what, 44 points that I lost? And this is after the buff. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Let's see. Weight stayed the same. Looks like food stayed the same. Oxygen. Stamina. Yeah, stamina went down. Health went down a little. Melee damage stayed the same. And movement speed is still locked at 135. Now, I will tell you this. This is the same thing with this guy. This thing's flying quite a bit faster than it was the other day. I was very disappointed when I got on after the nerf, and I mean, I can kind of deal with this. This isn't too bad. It's not like it was, but, you know, again, it'd be nice to upgrade it, but, and the stamina sucks, but, let's put a point. I got at least 1 point to put in this thing. Let's put a point in it and see how much it goes up on the stamina on this guy. So it's 455. Ugh, it went up 11 points. That sucks. Wow. Okay, let's see what it goes up on him. Stamina's 2537. That's not bad. That went up, what, 64 points or so? Yeah. So that's not too bad. I mean, you know, for an Argent. Now, I had my Quetzal the other day. I think I showed it in the first half of the video, and I logged on and it got killed somehow. I didn't have anywhere to put it inside a pen or anything, and it said a Therizinosaurus killed it, and I don't know how the hell that happened. So anyway, oh yeah, and one other thing, this is actually kind of cool. Somebody brought up a good point when the nerf came out. It says, okay, you know, y'all are dropping the stamina so low, we're going to be having to drop down to the ground and stam up all the time. The birds are going to be defenseless. What are we supposed to do? Well, every rideable flyer now has a ground attack. There's the Argent's ground attack. So and it uses stamina, but at least you got something, I guess. So that's not too bad. And then here's the Pteranodon. He does a bite, so that's not too bad, I guess. That's something. The only bad thing is this tells me they're not going to be doing much, I don't think, more as far as buffing stamina if they went to the trouble to add ground attacks for all these animals, unless that was already in the works. I mean, I'm sure it was, but that, like I said, that just tells me that they're probably not going to do a whole lot more with the buffing of the stamina or whatever. But, you know, that's kind of, you know, the speed's better. Like I said, even though it's still showing the same numbers, they must have raised the base speed, what 135 is and what 100% for an Argent is. Because I'm telling you, these are both faster than they were. I really wish my Quetzal hadn't gotten killed, so I could have seen the stats on it. And I do know that out of all the flyers, the Quetzal got the biggest buff in stamina. It went up on that spreadsheet. I think it said 480 points for the base. So that's pretty damn good, because I think it was near that. It was near that whenever they nerfed it. So it's, I think, almost double what it was. So it looks like, you know, after all the feedback so far, they are listening to the community and they're making some changes, which is, according to them, this is what their plan was, to nerf it hard and then, you know, buff it back up because they knew people were going to get pissed off, and they were right. So anyway, that is the nerf and buff update so far. They said they'll be looking at it again on, you know, as far as feedback over the next few days, and they'll be making adjustments. And then once they get it all squared away where they want the flyers, then that's when they're going to be soon after that coming out with the console update. They don't want to put the console update out until they get this Flyer Nerf, you know, taken care of and finished with all the tweaking. And be on the lookout, because from what it sounds like, they're going to be nerfing and buffing and doing passes on everything, it sounds like. So more changes are coming. So I can't see them nerfing much of the land dinos, only because to do this to the flyers and wanting to make the land dinos a more viable option, I can't see them nerfing them really, but who knows. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here, guys. I'm going to be paying attention to Twitter and, you know, all the whatever's going on and whatever I can find out. And if they do another patch, I'll be getting back on here and I'll show you guys the numbers and tell you what I've found out so far. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.